We live in very uncertain times. For Russia to become head of the United Nations Security Council is extraordinary at a time when when the Kremlin has invaded a sovereign country, has been condemned, has been called out at the International Criminal Court. And in a way, it's sort of flabbergasting. We live in a world where moral relativism has overtaken common sense, where people will defend Putin by appealing to the bad behaviour of other nations around the world. Well, they did it, so why can't he do it now? And they simply assume that because I speak English, I automatically acquiesce to Mr. Blair's participation in the invasion of Iraq, of Mr. Bush's start of that war, of various military operations over the last 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. But the reality is, we learn from our past mistakes. We comb through those experiences and we try to work out what went wrong and why civilians were hurt in the mad pursuit for victory. And we try to make sure that doesn't happen again. And yet, Mr. Putin's Kremlin believes that the mistakes of the past justify his appalling behaviour, his assault on civilians, his assault on the moral worth of the world. It's extraordinary, and his propaganda machine is really far more powerful than any other threats he can make. And the threats are multifold and very alarming. We enter a difficult time. I think it's, I think as ever, when one, as Julie Andrews said in The Sound of Music, when one door closes, another window opens. And we saw today the Pope returning to the Vatican and to health, restored and smiling. We saw King Charles deliver the most extraordinary speeches, and simply his presence in Germany was an uplift to all except for the BBC, who chose to look the other way. There is positivity, there is good in this world. I was stopped on the way into a railway station and asked what I thought of stress. Well, stress is something we all experience. And I think I've made anxiety into an art form. But on an average day, the stressful experiences that we have can be met with resilience and, if possible, with a smile. And we must search for the positives that are actually there under the surface. We don't need to be controlled by the negatives. So maybe we need to drink more water. Maybe we need to control the rumblings in our tummy. You know, the link between stress and our diet. And maybe we just need to draw up a list of what needs to be done in order to make things better. Rather than counting all the things that are bad, maybe we should count some of the things that are good. There are good things out there. We simply need to find them, and we need to make them better.